Hi, sisters. So I tried to do this just a few seconds ago and it didn't seem to work out, so I'm doing this again. Um, Thank you for being patient with me. This is a platform that I'm still just experimenting with. So again, we're going to go through the carpool tent and food restriction sheet that we will be sending to you today. And this is a sheet that you are going to be using to let us know how you're going to get to the land, as well as if you will be driving or you need a ride as a passenger in a carpool, if you have equipment that you can share, or if you need some extra equipment, or if you need equipment for your own use, as well as any food restrictions that you might have. So here I'm going to show you our sheet here. So at the top left-hand corner is the carpool tent and food restrictions title. And so this is a sheet that you can edit yourself when you are invited to do so. And so row 2, you will see that it says here, I can offer a ride to Wolf Dream Mountain, Lake County. And we remind you that the meeting starts at 1 p.m. on the 28th, so please allow enough time to get there and settle in. We're requesting that you arrive there at 11 a.m. and that will give you the time to settle in, as well as to find your spot and pitch your tent, and just really arrive before we open up the ceremony at 1 o'clock sharp. So here, the first column on the third row, this is actually our carpool sign-up sheet. So we have the name of the driver, proposed meetup location, departure time, number of spaces in the car, the best way to contact, take a space in the car where you add your name, and then the estimated arrival time. So for example, I will be driving. I'll put my name here, and because I have a space in the car, I will sign up with my name, and then the proposed meetup location, let's say, is in Reseda, California, which is in Los Angeles, in the Valley. So departure time is 3 a.m. All right, and there's one space in the car, and the best way to contact me would be my phone number, and I'll put down my email as well. Okay, and then, so for example, you're down south in the valley and you need to get a ride. I'll put my sister's name down because we're driving together, so there. And then our estimated arrival time would be about 11 a.m., let's say. So if it takes us 8 hours to arrive. Okay, so there you go. So that's for the carpool. Okay, so if you have space in your car, you'll put your name down as the name of the driver, where you're located, and where you're going to meet. The departure time, spaces in your car, it could be 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you have a huge van, you can have more spaces. The best way to contact, and then, so if you're the driver, you just leave this take space in the car open. You don't need to do anything with that, and then you just go to the estimated arrival time, because you're the driver and you know when you expect to arrive to the land, and that also lets us know when to expect you. So if you don't arrive around that time frame, then we will call you in just to see that everything's okay. Okay, and then, so for example, you are in need of a ride as a passenger in the carpool, you then put your name down here. So if, for example, I have 2 spaces in the car, then we can leave, then somebody else can then take that space here, that row, and let's put down somebody else, Betty Crocker. Okay, so there, and then these 2 spaces are already taken up. All right, so as we scroll down, you'll see that there's on row 19 is the tent, and there's a note there that says sports basement rents tents. And so that's a possibility, but last year we had plenty of equipment for everybody. We had sisters that brought extra equipment, and as well as Verlinda has extra equipment on the land as well for us to use. So I don't think we really need to worry about that. Row 20 is need a tent or sleeping bag. Please bring your own bedding. So last year, for example, I needed a sleeping pad. So I don't really need to worry about that number of sleeping spaces. But so for example, I needed a sleeping pad. I can just put it down here because it doesn't actually have that slot there. Sleeping pad, and I need one. Okay, and if I need a tent, I can also just say I need one tent. All right, or I need a space to share in a tent. Right. I hope that's clear because I'm feeling a little bit confused with what I'm saying too. So basically, so if you, for example, don't have a tent and you need a space to sleep, then just put one right here because you need a place, right? And then if you need a sleeping bag, you can put down one. And then it's also possible to just write down, I need a sleeping pad. Okay? Now, going to column D, we have an extra tent to lend or a sleeping bag. So if, for example, I have an extra tent and it's a 2-person tent, okay, I'll put that down and that will be my offering. Now, if there's somebody that doesn't have a tent and needs to borrow the tent, then she can sign up and then accept the offering right there. Okay. So here, when you see that the total maximum that we have available, that's actually Verlinda's extra equipment or the extra spaces that we might be able to provide without our sisters actually bringing the equipment. And so here it's just taking down the head count of how many people are signing up for extra sleeping space. And as we scroll down a little further on row 39, we have the food restrictions. And so here, I'll put my name down because I have issues with dairy, okay? And then down here, toward column D and E, you can put down if you're vegetarian or vegan. So you can just say yes and leave vegan open, okay? And then going to column F, please sign if you're driving a car. So we already signed above that we are bringing a car and we have space for passengers because we're offering a ride in the carpool. Now, whether or not you have space in your car but you are bringing a car, we need to know because we need to count how many cars are going to arrive on the land and will require parking. So if you are traveling alone in your car, you will still need to put your name down. So for example, I'm driving a car. In addition to offering the carpool, the ride to a passenger in the carpool, I'm just going to put that down. And then I'll put one car here for the car count, which then will tally up how many cars we have arriving to the land. Okay, so hopefully that helps. And if you have any questions whatsoever about this sheet, how to fill it in, do contact us. And I will be on retreat from the 8th until the 17th, so I will be offline, but Parusha, Tina Kanzler, and Carol Kano will be around for us and they will be available to answer any of the questions that you might have regarding this or anything else that will help to ease your mind about your preparations to come to the gathering. So hopefully this is helpful to you. I really look forward to being with you. Have a great day.